Hello friends, welcome to GDPL online channel. My name is Harsh Sharma and I will take you through the sessions which says how to improve your vocabulary. See, in the last session we have discussed a lot how to improve your vocabularies. I have told you that please read as much as you can and find out the new words and understand the root of each word so that you can able to understand and remember them for the longer duration. That's the whole idea, and this is a mechanism we're going to teach you through these sessions. So the idea behind how we're going to take you through all the sessions is we will take few words, we will understand the root word, and through the root word we will understand the meaning and we will able to remember. So by the end of every session we will try to make you learn more than 25 to 30 words, which is far better than what we have discussed in the last session, that annually a male or a female, average adult male or a female, learns approximately 25 to 50 words annually. And I'm saying that through this mechanism we will able to learn more than 20 to 30 words in every session. So today we will discuss about the different type of personalities. So before we start, I like to request you all that please like GDPL channel, subscribe it and press the bell icon so that you, whenever we upload any new video, you will able to see that, and share it with your friends, and your comment are most welcome. Please do not forget to provide your comments and feedback, because feedback is very important to us. So let's discuss about the personality. So every human being is in one way or another unique. So everyone's personality is determined by the combination of genetic and the environmental factors. So we will see few images and try to understand the meaning of those words which are determined by those images. So let's look at the first image, which says I. See, the biggest problem with the human being is I. The only letter which believes that which have a problem in it is I. So a person who always say I am always right, or me first, or which says I, which believes in I, is the person who is an egoist. So it is your selfishness, greed, or ruthless desire for self advancements hurt other people. That's too bad. It's a tough world, yeah. So please, egoist is a person who always believes that I am better, I am superior, I am more intelligent than others. So that's an egoist person. So how the egoist person is different from the egotist, that's the another word we're going to learn today. So egotist is a person who is going to talk a lot about himself or herself. So he'll going to, so all the conversation revolves around him. He will say that I am the expert. He is one of the egoist person, but the only difference here exists is he believes, or he or she will talk enough about himself or the herself. So there are the two words which we have learned now, egoist and egotist. So what are the differences? Let's see. First of all, we'll understand the root words. What is the root word behind these two words? So egoist and egotist are built on the same Latin root word called the pronoun, which is ego, meaning I. So egoists believe that he is better and more important than anyone else. An egoist is the person who may not talk about himself, but he believes that he is far superior than everyone else. But egotist is a person who is interested in I and talks about himself. He always tries to see that the conversation revolves around him or her. So an egoist always talk about himself, and he may talk a lot. So there are two words which we have learned, egoist and egotist, and the Latin root word is ego. Ego means I. So let's understand egoist is a person who believes that he is a superior. An egotist, he believes that he is a superior, but he will always in the conversation, his conversation will always revolve around him or herself, right? So that's a two words. So what all words we can determine by word ego, Latin word ego. That is another word called egocentric. If you are in egocentric, you consider yourself the center of universe. That means you're the extreme form of egoist. So that's the two another word we will going to see. So egocentric is you consider the center of universe, yourself. So that's the extreme form of egoist. Again, this is a word which is formed by word ego, and there is another word which is called egomaniac, which means you are carrying egoism to the extreme, that you're needs, desire, and interest have become the morbid obsession, a mania. And this is actually a disorder, you know that. This is a disorder, egomaniac. So now let's understand the difference between the egocentric and egomaniac. Egocentric is intolerable, but egomaniac is a dangerous and slightly mad about himself. So he's mad. He's always I love me, I is always I. So there are four words which we learned today with the word ego, that is egoist, egotist, egocentric, and egomaniac. And all revolves around only word ego, that means I. I believe that is clear to you. Now let's look at another word which is more important to us, which is an altruist. Who is an altruist? Just look at the picture and try to understand. See, the picture itself depicts that the lady is there are rains and the lady is helping the person who is in the suit. So a person who like to help others, who who thinks that others are more important than himself, and a person, that kind of a person is an altruist. So understand, altruist is a person who believes that the others are more important than I. That's the more crux of the change here. That's a change here, right? Also understand that altruist is a person whose secret of happiness is concerning about others and welfares of others. He never mind his or her own interest. He or she always help others. So with this word altruist, how many other words can be formed? So it's again a Latin word. It is formed with a word called alter, which means other, and the three more words can be formed with this, which is altruism, altruistic, and alternate. So there are three more words we are able to understand. So altruism, the philosophy practiced by altruist, comes from one of the variant spelling the Latin word alter, other, and altruistic, actions to looks for towards the benefit of others. That's the whole idea. So I believe alter is a keyword, the root word, and we have learned the word altruist, then altruism, and then altruistic. So that's the three more words we have learned. So another word which is alternate is again made from this word called alter, alternate. So how, look at the picture and try to understand. So alternate means you have a different plan or another plan. So again, this is derived from the same word alter. And if plan A doesn't work, you work on plan B. If plan B doesn't work, you try to take up the plan C. So that's the whole idea. So alternate or alternatives, that's a word. So you take a different route, that's the meaning of the word. So alteration is another word which you can see. Alteration is nothing but something change, is of course a change making into something other. That's the meaning. So alteration, alter, you means you come to know other means the keyword is root. Root word is alter means others, other, that means other plan. So that's a way you can remember alteration. See, you whenever you go to any shop or to buy a jeans or shirt, you always say, let's alter the shirt. That's the idea. So alteration means the making into something other, something different, right? So that's the word we have learned. So the next word is altercation. Altercation is a different word. It's actually a verbal dispute. You can see the picture and you can understand it's kind of a dispute is happening between these two kinds. Whenever you have altercation with someone, you have a violent disagreement, a fight with words. So that's the idea, because you have other ideas and plans or opinions than those of a person on the other side of the argument. So that's the word altercation is defined. So altercation. So whatever we have learned is altruist, alternative, and then altercation. The another word which says that alter ego. That's a new word again from the same root word alter. Alter which combines alter and ego. That means I. Ego we have already learned, which is derived from a pronoun called I. Self generally refers to someone with whom you are so close that you both do the same things, think alike, and react similarly and are in temperament almost mirror images of each other. For example, you have seen Shaktiman, or you have seen Spider-Man, or you have seen Superman. They all are alter ego. They are suffering from alter ego. That means they have a different personalities on different times whenever it is required. So alter ego means you are different from yourself. So different from yourself means alter ego. So that's the word we have learned. So till now we have seen the alter is a root word, and what which word we have seen is altruist, altruism, altruistic, alternate and alternative, alteration, altercation, and alter ego. So altercation is major dispute between the two parties, and alter ego your different self. So that's an idea. So let's look at something more interesting words. So the next word says introvert. So what are the introvert? Introvert, they always speak in mind. So they are the person who believes that if I say something, I'm gonna hurt. It's kind of a person who is a little shy. He or she doesn't like to talk much with others. So that's the word introvert. Introvert is actually formed with the two words intro and word. So we will understand the root word. Just hold on, because we have to see two more words. The another one says extrovert, which is more extraordinarily outward with the personality. So that's the word extrovert. So in this slide, you can see what is the difference between the extrovert and the introvert. Introvert is like the person who talks to himself. He will never able to express his feelings. But extrovert person, he is too talkative. He will express his or her feeling. He is overcharged. He will talk. Try to understand. He is not egoist or egotist. He is more friendly manner. He listen to others. He or she, or he helps others also. So he is not very egoist or egotist person. He is little more talkative. He expresses his or her feeling much better than the introvert person, right? So that's the whole idea here. So in the next slide, we will going to learn another word which is says ambivert. So who is ambivert? So introvert is like the little shy guy, or extrovert is a more extraordinarily outspoken guy. Ambivert is a balanced personality. He is neither introvert nor extrovert. He is a person who is when required he is introvert, and when he is required he is extrovert. He's a little balanced personality, right? So introvert and the extrovert and ambivert are built from the Latin word called verto, which means to turn. That means if you look at the word intro means inside, and word inside turn, inside, within, inside, inside, we are talking from inside. And extrovert, we will going to out. Extro means exterior. Exterior turning toward the people is extrovert. Ambivert is with a balanced person. So that's the whole idea. Let's look at the other words. Misanthrope. You look at the image and you'll try able to understand. Misanthrope means the person who is going to hate the mankind. So it's a Greek word, anthropos, and mankind, and it is designed from it is derived from this Greek word. So anthropos, and we're going to put mis over here. So misanthrop is the person who hates the mankind. So that's the whole idea, right? So misanthrope, misogynist, and mesogamist. Misogynist and mesogamist are built from the Greek word mesin, that means to hate someone, right? So you know the root word now. Misanthrope is a Greek word. The root word is Greek word, that is mezen, that means to hate. That means if the word comes in your mind with the word mis, that means it is little negative word and it is towards the hatred, right? So the anthropos is a mankind, is also found in the anthropology. So it's a new word again, which means the study of development of the human race. Right, so this is a new word. And who is the philanthropist? Philanthropist is the one who loves mankind and show love by making substantial financial contribution to the charitable organization, or donating time or energy to help these those in need. So if you look at the philanthropist, you can just recall Bill Gates or Naran Murthy. They are donating a hell lot of money to the people or the organization just for their upliftment. So he is a philanthropist. So there are three words: misanthrope, who hates the mankind; anthropos, who it's a mankind; is also found in the anthropology, the study of development and the human race, and philanthropist. So we have three words. We have left with the two words, misogynist and mesogamist. So let's look at these words. What are the misogynist? Meso is the word. Genist, first, like it's a gyne. Gyne is a Greek word which means woman. Now you know the mesogamist is a word which is derived from the word Greek word meson. So meson means hate and gyne means woman. So you hate woman, so that makes a new meaning. So misogynist is a person who hate women. So that's the whole idea. So if you learn the root word, you will come to know the actual meaning of the word. So misogynist is the person who is going to hate the woman. So now mesogamist, now who is mesogamist? So you know mesogamist is a word which is derived from meson, which is a Greek word which means to hate, and gamist is a word which is again derived from gamos, which means marriage in Greek. So mesogamist is a person who is going to kind of hate marriages. Hate marriages is a mesogamist. So that's the whole idea we're going to learn. So we have learned two more words, misogynist and mesogamist. Misogynist, gyne is a word which is derived from Greek word gyne, and that means woman, and meso, it's hatred. So you're going to hate women, so misogynist. If you hate marriages, then you're mesogamist. So that's the whole idea, right? Let's look at the little theory now. The root word is gamos for the marriage. Occurs now. There are three more words which can be formed with the word gamos, which is monogamy, biogamy, and polygamy. So monogamy is a custom of only one marriage. That this is what happened with the Hindu family, that only one wife is allowed. So what is biogamy? Biogamy is a two marriage, and in actuality the unlawful act of contracting another marriage without divorcing the first one's current legal spouse. That's the biogamy. So monogamy is one, biogamy is two, polygamy is many. So poly means many actually. So by derivation, many marriages, and therefore etymologically denoting the plural marriage for either males or females. So what if this is polygamy? So what if the woman has one or more husbands, which is actually a practiced custom in mountains of Tibet. So this custom is called polyandry. From polyandry, poly means poly plus andros. So poly means many and andros means male. So many husband, polyandry means you can have many husbands. So what is the difference between polygamy and polyandry? Polygamy refers to the practice having one or more spouses, and polyandry refers to one woman with a multiple husbands. So that's an idea. Multiple husbands, that means polyandry. So there are four words which we have learned from the root word gamos and poly. These are the words. So let's look at another word, right? Now look at this image, right? So it says blue, Naga Sadhu and Lord Buddha. So what kind of feeling you get? So person who is meditating, who is on the side of welfare with of other people. So these kind of people are called as ascetic, right? Ascetic. So ascetic are the person who pursue for the happiness of others and the benefit of others. And ascetic is also believed to be a person like a monk who live in loneliness, who meditates, and he or she has already given the pleasures of life. So that kind of a person is a ascetic. So this is actually a Greek word, ascetis, which means monk or hermit. So this is I hope you, by the picture you can make out. So ascetic means this is a Greek word, ascetis, which is a root word and which means monk. So person, a sadhu or a monk who lives alone and practices meditation, that kind of a person is ascetic. So with this we will learn a few more words which have a different meaning, but yes, they are related to personality. See, there is a one very good word which is called as a dexter in a Latin word called right hand. So the initial in the old age, people used to believe the right-handers are much better than the left-handers. So that was the idea. So that's the word which we came from the Latin word called dexter, which is a Latin word which means a right hand, and from there they made the word called dexterous, which means skillful, because they believed that the right-handers are the much better guys with the left-handers. So with that, if we add dexterous, if we add ambidextrous, so the person who is able to use both his hand with an equal skill, that was the idea. If you remember Viru Sahastra Buddhi in Three Idiots, he was ambidextrous, so he's able to write with both the hands, which is actually a difficult technique to learn, but yes, it is the art which he can practice. So ambidextrous, now you know ambidextrous is a word which is derived from the root word, Latin word dexter. Dexter means right hand, and right hand people are considered to the best person. So that's a word which is through which that the new word came dexterous. Dexterous means skillful. Ambidextrous is skillful from both the hand. So next word which we came to know is sinister, which is a Latin word means left hand. And if you look at the English dictionary, and even if there are movies made with this name sinister, which means threatening, evil, or dangerous. So you know sinister is a Latin word which means left hand and right hand are considered to be the superior. Left-handers are the people who are from the evil background. So that's the way you can learn. So sinister in the English language means threatening, evil, or dangerous. So the next word which we'll learn is a French word. French word for the right hand was the droit. So droit, and we use it for adroit. Adroit again means skillful, because again French people believe that the right-handers are much better than the left-handers. So that's the word which we came to know, adroit. So we have seen so many words with so many meanings and pictures. So approximately we have learned 28 words today. So if you like to pause this video and see how many you remember, so I think that's a good idea to understand approximately 28 words which we have learned today. So what you can do is you can just pause this video before ending up and understand that how many words which we have learned. So that's a good idea. So your vocabulary will going to improve, and next time whenever you see these words, you will able to recall the root words, and immediately you will able to recall the meaning. So if you want to pause it. Thank you for watching, and stay connected. In next video we will upload more words with the root words. I hope this video is more helpful. If you want any feedback, please share your comments and feedback with us, what improvement you want us to make in these videos, right? Keep watching GDPL, and please do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.